Shalom and greetings from Jerusalem, Jane. I want to give a brief current news update, but first I want to take the opportunity to say thank you so much to Russell Robinson and the whole team from the Jewish National Fund. They interviewed me a few days ago. It's going to go out on their YouTube channel in a series they are making speaking about Zionism. I always feel extremely humble and also grateful that anybody takes an interest in me and my story. Why did this small town Danish girl leave everything behind and come to Israel, and what am I doing here? So thank you so much for being so gracious to me. When that interview is out, of course, I will share it on all my social media platforms. It made me think about my life and how instead of getting married, getting children and a Volvo and a house and become a soccer mom, why did I end up living outside the box, not getting children, having a husband, but being on my own for all of these years in Israel, speaking up for the Jewish nation, standing in the gap for the Jewish people when I indeed am not even Jewish? Why did my life take this turn? Why am I doing what I'm doing, and why have I been doing it for all of these years all by myself? I can honestly say that sometimes I have thought about quitting because it has been very, very difficult at times. It has been extremely traumatic because of all the terror attacks that I am reporting about over and over again, getting to know someone as a dear friend and colleague who was murdered in a terror attack. But I also see mainstream media, how so much is going on here that doesn't reach the rest of the world. And that's why the Jewish people are telling me, Jane, thank you for being that voice, for standing with us. It's not your fight, you're not Jewish, you could leave at any time, but you are still here despite a lot of obstacles and trauma. Thank you. And then there is the whole Christian world and the whole non-Jewish world who is saying, well, Jane, thank you for sharing the news, because if we didn't follow you, we wouldn't hear what was going on. So it has been my tremendous honor and privilege to do that over the years. And I was thinking about, as I can share now, that there was another attempted terror attack this morning with terrorists driving up, firing at an IDF post near Shem this morning, and was it Shem? Was it Hebron? I can't remember, one of them. And according to Arab media, one of these terrorists was actually a Palestinian police officer. Right now, thousands of Arab youth, Arab children are being brainwashed, child abuse, going to summer camp. And maybe you're thinking, what are you talking about? Are they learning to fish? Are they playing baseball? No. They are learning to liberate Palestine from all the Jews, to go and murder the Jews. It takes place every summer. More than 50,000 children in the Gaza Strip, literally wearing camouflage military uniform, being on training grounds, being trained like child soldiers, learning how to liberate Palestine and murder the Jews. One thing is that this is going on in Gaza, which is being run ruthlessly by Hamas, this terror regime, but it's also taking place in Judea and Samaria under the supervision of the Palestinian Authority, where children are learning there also to murder the Jews. Of course, that's being funded by European donor countries from the European Union, who is sending $1 gazillion into the hands of Abu Mazen and his corrupt leadership. And that money is going to, among other things, funding these summer camps where Arab youth are being taught how to murder the Jewish people. Are they being held accountable for this? Are they being criticized for this? Are funds being held back? No. At the same time, the Palestinian Authority are once again pushing for the United Nations to recognize Palestine as a full member like any other members, except of course it's bogus. There is not a Palestinian state. There never was an Arab independent Palestinian state. It doesn't matter how many lies they are fabricating. It will never become the truth. And that is what I have been trying to speak up about for so many years, and I would definitely like to continue to do that, to be your eyes and ears and girly boots out of Israel. Of course, I need to be able to continue to do that by being blessed by all of you. As you can see behind me, there's a suitcase standing in front of me. I'm at another crossroad in my life. I was so blessed to be in the same apartment for 5 years, but my landlord was selling, so I needed to move for January 1st. But things are so expensive. You need to pay a real estate agent, you need to pay a deposit, and the rents are sky high here in Jerusalem. So things just did not come together for me to move into that one place with one move, so I would have been settled and be able to breathe and get it back out there and be Jerusalem Jane. And on the contrary, I've had to move 3 times this year, literally exhausting my physical body and my mind, my soul, everything. And now I have to move again because I have to get back into the city center where my everyday life will become easier. But I need your help in doing all of that. Like I said, I would love to continue to speak up for Israel. Russia, Turkey, Iran, they are moving every day on the northern border of Israel. Hezbollah has more than 100,000 rockets pointing at Israel. Rockets will be flying again from Gaza. Israel just opened the biggest emergency room in the whole country because they know it's just a matter of time before Israel will be in a multi-front war on multiple fronts. We know it's coming, prophecies about being fulfilled. The IDF is preparing for it. So what can you and I do? Stand with Israel, bless Israel, pray for Israel. And one of the practical things you can do is saying, okay, so I'm going to sow a seed. Where can I sow a seed? I want to bless Israel. Well, I humbly am asking, like people are telling me, the people who is blessing me, saying, we choose to bless Israel through your voice, Jane, because you are trying just as one person over all of these years to share the truth out about Israel, the gentle woman who is sharing the truth. So I want to encourage you, if you want to bless Israel, I could be an option of sowing a seed to continue to be your eyes and ears out of Israel. As always, I'm going to share 3 different donation platforms: PayPal, GoFundMe, and also a tax-deductible donation platform that was set up in America. Someone asked me what to use to make sure it goes straight to you. All 3 platforms goes straight to me. So I would really, really appreciate it. Again, thank you to the Jewish National Fund, Mr. Robinson, for interviewing me and for telling my story. I'm always humbled about someone wants to do that. I will share the link on all my social media platforms eventually when they publish it. Shabbat Shalom. Pray for Israel. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. All of you who knows that every time you open the Bible, you're reading the history of the Jewish nation. That's a fact. Amen. Can I get an amen? Love from Jerusalem, Jane. Shabbat Shalom. Bye-bye.